Hello everyone, my name is Sparta, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another Archon Research video. Before we get started, remember to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, as it really helps the channel grow. If you loved it, please consider subscribing, as we regularly post insightful content on upcoming projects we think are worth checking out. Today we'll be talking about zCloak, a blockchain-based privacy solution that could change the way we tackle privacy in Web3 applications. While most of the private computing projects we've come across outsource computation to external hardware, zCloak allows for its users to use their own devices. This is accomplished through the use of Starks, a kind of zero-knowledge proof. The result is private, verifiable computation that is localized to a user's device. If you're unsure about what a Stark is or how it works, be sure to check the description for additional resources. zCloak has been kind enough to give us access to their ZKID demo, where you'll see what their technology looks like in practice. Follow along as we teach you how to use the ZKID web extension, generate your credentials, and earn your very own POAP. As with most crypto websites, the first thing we'll need to do is connect our MetaMask. Click Next, and then Connect. You likely won't have your wallet set to the Moonbase Alpha testnet by default, so click on Switch Network and then approve the change. Now we can get started with the demo. Next, we'll have to install the zCloak browser extension. This is the plugin we'll be using to store credentials and generate Stark proofs. Simply navigate to the Chrome store and hit Download. You should get a pop-up notifying you that the installation was successful. Just be sure to refresh the page so that the site detects your installation. The last thing we have to do before we can proceed is enter a password that'll keep our wallet safe. Now this is where you'd normally see all of your data and proofs. We'll be uploading ours in just a second. Here's the fun part. This pop-up will give you a brief summary of the demo's contents. The gist of it is that we'll be exploring a dungeon with a party of adventurers. Before we can embark on our quest, we'll have to make sure that our character's stats meet certain requirements. Ideally, we'll do this without revealing our identity. zCloak allows us to do just that, by generating a Stark proof that confirms our credentials without revealing any personal information. Let's start by creating our character. Simply fill out your name, date of birth, and class. I always play a melee tank, so I'll be selecting Warrior. Lastly, hit the random button to generate your equipment rarities. Once you're happy with what you see, click Submit to send your stats to zCloak's network of attesters, the entities responsible for validating your data and generating your credentials. This entire process is end-to-end encrypted, meaning that none of your data is exposed during transmission. We'll talk more about attesters momentarily. Here we can see our credential, a kind of document containing all of the info we previously entered. Go ahead and download it. Next, we'll import the credential to our ZKID wallet. Click Confirm and check the details to make sure everything is displayed properly. We're now just one step away from claiming our POAP. The final step is to generate and upload a proof. Here you can see the program the proof is intended to interact with, the credential type it'll accept, and the data set the proof will be validating. The most important thing to note is that your name is not included in the dataset, meaning that your private information is not being exposed. This program will review your unique stats and issue a personalized POAP that corresponds to them. Now let's generate the proof. To do this, enter your password and click Confirm. If you'd like to review the specifics of the computation, you can click here. Doing so will display a brief description as well as the raw code itself, meaning that you can see exactly how your data is being handled. Now that we have the proof in hand, we can submit it for review. You should advance to the next step where your proof will be verified by zCloak's Keeper network. They are doing two things: checking that your start proof is both valid and correct, and confirming that your credential has been attested to by zCloak's attester network. Once these checks are complete, the Keeper will write the results of the computation to the zCloak smart contract. Finally, you can collect your POP. This one is gilded, signifying that it's pretty rare. In order to claim it, we must complete one final MetaMask transaction using our testnet tokens. Now let's see what its contents are. Here we have my adventurer, Damocles. He deals physical damage as is expected from the warrior class, and looks to be an orc. Finally, we'll arrive at the ZKID dashboard. Here you can view your POPs, your proofs, and all of the on-chain activities associated with your account. This fun exercise is intended to demonstrate just one of the many ways zCloak's technology can be put to use. While this demo highlights a potential Web3 gaming use case, there are many other industries and applications that can benefit from a blockchain-based approach to private computation. In fact, any instance where you're required to share data but would rather not reveal your identity would be a good fit. Let us know what use cases you can think of in the comments below. If you'd like to know more about zCloak, we'll have links to their socials and documentation in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.